All right, back in the garage another night. Gonna do some more work on the Dyna budget build. And the last one, if you weren't tuning in, did some polishing on the cases here. Definitely tell a difference. Now, they're not finished, but for right now, I wanted to see how much I can bring them back to life. Before I slap them on, I'll give them a nice once-over. But for now, I got other things to do on this project, so I'm gonna get started on those. What I'm going to get started on tonight is the handlebars. I'm going to start the process of depinning and running the wires through the bars that I'm going to be putting on the bike. So this is all just kind of busy work that I can be doing while I'm waiting on parts and parts that I haven't yet ordered. You know, budget means you're low on funds. So you do what you can while you can do the things that you can do. So wiring bars up and things of that sort doesn't cost me anything, but it's stuff that has to get done. So just kind of moving along with the project here. So let me show you what we got going on. I'm going to depin. I'm going to run the wires through the bars tonight and just get them left hanging so that I can go and mount them up when they're ready to go on. All right, let's get started. All right, now real quick, if you haven't, go check out the video that I did on polishing these back up. These were in pretty bad shape. They definitely can still use some work. They have some swirl marks and things of that sort, but definitely brought these back to life. Primary cover, derby cover, transmission cover, and I'm going to be doing some rocker boxes as well. So I'm going to shelve these. They're at a state where I'm okay with them. They can always use some finishing and detail work, and that will come later, but put them on the shelf. And now we're going to move on to the bars. All right, so for the bars on this bike, I'm going to be using 14-inch West Coast T-bars. These are the slingshot bars, 28 inches across, 14 inches tall. Going with a little bit of a theme here, bringing some chrome. Chrome is coming back. We're going to internally wire them. So we're going to be running the wires through here, through the bars, all the way down, and then out right there. So what that means is we're going to have to go and depin these things. Obviously, you cannot stick that clip through that hole, but you can stick those wires through that hole. So let me get that all taken off. We'll come back, show you how to depin these things. All right, one major thing that you want to make sure that you do before you go and depin anything is you need to make sure that you know where these wires go when you go put them back. What I have been taught to do back in the day was just draw a simple diagram of the control. As I just take the clip, and you can see on here that I drew a little up and a this, because when I'm looking at the clip, that's what it looks like. A little circle to represent each wire, black, red, white, orange, white, black, orange, white, red, yellow, and gray. So now, this is the old school method. We're in the year 2023, and we have something called smartphones. You can still just take a picture of it, and you can see that I took pictures of each side of the clip. So you can see orange, yellow, blue. The clip is gray, so you know exactly where the wires go. So before you go and depin, make sure that you have this set, and then go ahead and start depinning. Let me show you how to do that. Now, to depin a Deutsch connector, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to take a flathead screwdriver of sorts, and you are going to kind of wedge it in between the cap and this rubber piece that's right here. And all you're going to do is kind of wedge it in there, because it is just a wedge kind of clip. And then you're just going to kind of work it out. That's it. Just kind of use some pressure, pop it, and you'll see pops right out. And when you look inside of here, you're going to see 6 wires. On the inside of this, it's going to be a little hard to see, but on the inside here, there are small little clips. You're going to want to take another little flathead screwdriver of sorts, and you are going to stick it down inside in between these wires, and you're just going to lightly pry those clips up, and then you'll be able to push the wire back down into the connector, and then you'll slide it all the way out the back. So just going to look down inside of there. There's a little clip. I'm going to use a screwdriver to pry it up a little bit, that clip. And there it goes. And then I'm just going to come on the back side and slide it out. So that was it. I already hit the clip. I've got my finger on the clip on the wire that I'm pulling out. And there it is. Repeat the process for every single one of those wires. There you have it. There's the connector, completely depinned. Nothing inside of it now. And there's my wires. And now we're going to be able to go ahead and fish this down through the bars. All right, so now that the hand control is de-pinned, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find, I use a piece of string here, and I just put a little nut on the very end of it. I just tie a little nut to it. You're going to fish this part through this hole here, and you're going to let the nut find its way down. You're going to kind of just feed the nut to find its way down this leg, and you're going to feed the nut right out of here so you have the string so you can use it as a pull to start pulling the wires through. Now, over here on this end, you can see the string goes into the wires. This is the tip of them where all the connectors are. Electrical taped all the way up. The string itself is all inside of here because I don't want it to pull out. So you're going to use a push-pull method. You're not going to just be pulling on this. You're going to use a push-pull method. So you're going to have to push some in here and then pull some out. So this is just a guide to kind of get you started until you have something to work with. So again, I cannot reiterate enough. Make sure that you are putting the control on the right side. Best way for you to do it is grab the bars the way you're going to be sitting on them. Make sure the orientation of them is the way you're going. And grab the control that goes with that one. We're going to start over here on the right side. And we're going to take the nut that we've tied on to the end of the string here. And all I'm going to do is drop it right inside the handlebars here. And I'm just going to kind of let that fish its way down and out. It actually went to the wrong side. It went all the way across to the other side. It went down the wrong leg. So when you push them in there, you just kind of, I mean, the weight of the nut is going to let it take it. So you just really need to let it kind of fall. Shove it in there and let it work its way down, let it fall down that leg. All right, then for the next step, what you're going to do, now you're going to notice the nut is all the way out, coming out through the bottom. It's fished up through the bars, and it's popping out right here. Now we're going to just start using that rope to pull these cables all the way in. I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And actually, on this one, there's not too many wires, to be honest. There's 6 wires on here. So it should be, some bars have a lot more wires, so you can see this one's actually coming pretty easy. If you do the prep work on these and you stage yourself correctly, shouldn't be too bad. And actually, it's already down at the bottom here. That quick, that easy. You don't want to pull on it and tear any of this loom. You don't want the bars to, you don't want any wires in there to get frayed. All right, that one was pretty quick and painless. So we've got the wire here. Goes all the way up into the bars. Now it's internally wired. Pops out here. And then what we'll do is we'll take these off here. Open the clamps up. And then they will clamp right around it. And you'll never see those wires again. That's simple. Now we're going to do the other side. What I am left with is wires that I now need to put back into the Deutsch connectors. So all we're going to do is we're going to refer over to our chart here. And we're going to reverse the process of what we did to take them out. All right, so now we're just going to reverse this. You might be able to see a little bit better now from this angle that there are clips that are inside of there. You can see it right down in there towards the bottom. There are little gray clips. That is what you move when you take it out, and then you're going to slide the connector right back into it. And we're just going to start following the schematic that I wrote here. We're going to take the yellow black, which is this one here. Goes up in this top left corner. Slide it all the way in. And that's it. Pops out on the other side. Then we're just going to repeat the process all the way down the line. And last one would be orange-white. Snap it back in. So that completes the wiring portion for the handlebars that are going on this Dyna budget build. Not too complicated. You don't have to extend the wires. As you can see, there's plenty of wire here still left for me to be able to make the connections down to where they have to go. So huge bonus there, time saver. Just have to kind of know where to find the wires and where to fish them out. So hope this helped. Hope that was beneficial for you if you're looking to do a bar job. Just FYI though, not all wires are created equal. Some Harleys have 12 wires, 14 wires. On my Road Glide over there, throttle by wire with the radio and all the stuff, there is about 12 wires I think on one side and like 14 maybe on the other. So This one, relatively easy because it's pretty simple wiring. Turn signals, start button, headlight, really simple stuff. So 6 wires on each side, pretty simple system. Deutsch connectors all back in place. And now we're able to go ahead and mount these up. Bar job complete. Nice polished up casings. Bike's going to come back together looking pretty good. Probably take a little polish of this right here. Going to come back together. Coming back to life, girl. Coming back to life. All right, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Make sure that you keep up with the updates on this build here. She's coming along. Keep it locked.